Ziwei can still remember the months she spent huddling alone in a tiny shoebox apartment in Taipei. There was no window in the 10 SQ-M studio, just a small vent near the ceiling. It perpetually stank of sewage, even after she stuffed her shower drain with plastic bags. And the walls were painted in just the oddest shade of orange. With no windows, I felt so sad, the 32-year-old recalled. I would stay out really late every night, and I would come home only to sleep. But it was all she could afford in 2019 after breaking up with her boyfriend and moving out. Though she was a civil servant considered to be a good job, her monthly pay was 40,000 new Taiwan dollars, $1,285, 1,011 pounds, at the time well below the national average. Low wages and housing will be on the minds of Ziwei and 6 million Taiwanese voters under the age of 40 on Saturday, when they choose their president and parliament. As it does at every election, the question of China's claims on Taiwan and how the island should respond to Beijing's threats looms large. But this time voters are more concerned about the economy. A recent survey of 15,000 Taiwanese by Commonwealth magazine saw most stating that economic development should be their next president's top priority over national security and cross-strait relations. It was especially crucial for respondents aged between 20 and 39. After 8 years in power, the Democratic Progressive Party (DPP) is coming under fire for failing to adequately improve people's lives, especially younger Taiwanese. Rising house prices and rentals, stagnating incomes, a significant youth unemployment rate, and an annual GDP growth hovering around 2% have worried many. More than a third of low-wage workers are aged below 30, according to an analysis provided to the BBC by labor expert Li Qianheng from the Chinese Culture University. It's given rise to social phenomenon such as the baipiao, used from poorer parts of Taiwan seeking better jobs in the capital while grappling with rising rents. There's also the xiegang, young workers juggling multiple jobs to earn a decent wage, and the yuguangzu, those who live paycheck to paycheck with no savings. Kylie, a friend of Ziwei's, is a baipiao from the southern city of Jiayi resigned to a lifetime of renting in Taipei. When it comes to buying her own home, I've given up hope, said the 37-year-old, who works in documentary films. I can't see the reason why I should buy. My salary is quite low. I don't think I can afford to put down a deposit on a home, not now, not even in 10 years' time. Brian Hyo, political commentator and editor of online magazine New Bloom. Image caption. Brian Hyo says young people are angry at economic issues affecting them. There's a saying these days, to afford a home in Taipei, you can't eat or drink for 15 years, said Brian Hyo, a young Taiwanese political commentator and editor of online magazine New Bloom. There's this anger against the DPP for failing to address these long-standing economic issues that face Taiwan. He noted this sentiment is particularly visible among Gen Z voters who view the party as the establishment and have little memory of the Kuomintang (KMT) government that came before the current DPP rule. And while the DPP has won votes in the past campaigning on protecting Taiwan from China, this strategy has worn thin the patience of some young voters. They feel that the cross-strait issue is something political parties just leverage on to win elections at the expense of other issues, he added. Opponents of the DPP are hoping to tap on their frustration. The Taiwan party asking voters to choose war or peace. The Taiwan that China wants is vanishing. The KMT, the other major political party in Taiwan, casts the DPP as corrupt and inept and has promised change. Once the incumbent that ruled the island with an iron grip, it has alternated power with the DPP every 8 years since 2000. But it is the upstart Taiwan People's Party (TPP), led by Ko Wen-jae that has gained traction among young voters, especially those disillusioned with the two main parties. The former surgeon has gained fans for his pragmatic and straight-talking persona, though he has also been criticized for remarks perceived as sexist and homophobic. Supporters of Taiwan People's Party (TPP) presidential candidate Ko Wen-jae, not pictured, chant slogans during a campaign rally in Kaohsiung City, Taiwan. Image source: Richie Bitango/EPFE/Rex/Shutterstock. Image caption. Many young people are putting their hope in the Taiwan People's Party. On a chilly Wednesday night in the port city of Keelung, a crowd made up mostly of young families and couples gathered by the waterfront for a TPP rally. They cheered as speakers urged them to smash the blue and green, a reference to the KMT and DPP's party colors, and waved placards with one of Mr. Ko's campaign slogans, "Keep Promise." Among them was Harrison Wu, a 25-year-old engineer. He voted for the DPP in the last election, but his hopes for the party have curdled into disappointment. President Tsai Ing-wen has been too soft, he said, before launching into a litany of complaints ranging from exorbitant housing prices and low wages to party corruption scandals. They had control of the legislature for 8 years and didn't get anything done. Now they are asking us to vote in a DPP majority again, but what's the point? The DPP is aware that young people are losing faith in them. It has promised to build more affordable housing, raise the minimum wage, and invest in upskilling younger workers so they can get better jobs.